Hi you, welcome to Life with Sindy, a channel where we talk all things career, finance, budgeting, motherhood, and balancing it all one beautiful day at a time. I'm Sindy and I'm a mother of two. I have a 7-year-old and a 2-month-old baby. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I prepared for my maternity leave. So being a second-time mom, I had learned a few things from my previous pregnancy, and one of the biggest things that I learned was that you should not leave everything to last minute. That whole last minute frenzy, rushing, it's just daunting and it's stressful. So this time around, I planned earlier, and this is a tip that I'll give any expecting mom or someone just trying to save in general, to plan as early as possible. So I've broken down how I prepared into like 3 stages. So the first step was deciding how long I was going to take for my maternity leave. I know this sounds like, okay, it's obvious, it's a given, but not always, especially for career moms. Sometimes you struggle to, you are not so sure how long you want to take, and you leave it till like halfway through your pregnancy, but that's not very wise. You want to decide earlier on, say, okay, maybe you want to take a longer maternity leave or a short one. In my case, I knew I was going to take 4 months. So deciding early on this will help you have an idea how much you should save, because the goal is to live almost as comfortably as you do during your maternity leave as you did when you were working full time. Because remember, not everyone gets a full salary when they're on maternity leave. So you want to live as comfortably on a low or even no income during your maternity leave. So very crucial step, decide how long you're going to take your maternity leave. The second step I took was reviewing my monthly budget. If you don't already, I highly recommend having a monthly or weekly budget. Just knowing how much you use for what. I use Excel, but other people use, even you can just write a list in a book or somewhere, even in your phone. It helps you trace where your money goes monthly. And in this case, it helped me then determine how much I would need to save for those 4 months. So, like say maybe you use X amount of money every month when you are just working as normal, then you'd know, okay, when I'm on maternity, I need 4 times that amount or something close. So that's the next step, reviewing your budget. The third step was, in my case, I split the budget into bulk grocery shopping and smart cash savings. I know many videos and many people, they just focus on just saving cash only for maternity leave, but in my case I also did grocery stock up, and I'll tell you, it was a game changer for me. Not only did it save me from having to worry about things running out when baby arrived and having to go shopping again, I also had a sense of peace knowing that anytime baby arrived, I would be fine. I had like most of the important things that I needed in the house. So I'm going to explain how I did the grocery bulk shopping. Okay, so in my case, and I also would advise many moms to do the same, have a grocery list for the month or for the week, however is easier for you. For me, I always buy like non-perishable, long shelf food items in bulk every month and for the month. And then I'll only buy like perishables now and then, because obviously you can't stock up on, say, fruits and vegetables. They might go bad. So I went to my grocery list of what I usually get per month, and then per item I just multiplied it by 4. And then I stretched my preparation over 4 months. Remember, you are pregnant. You don't want to now strain yourself, stress yourself. But if you can afford, you can just do all the bulk grocery shopping in one go if you can afford. But if you can't, then you can spread it over time. So how I did it, I'll give you an example. Say per month you use 2 kgs of rice. Knowing that you're taking a 4 months maternity leave, you then go and say, okay, that 2 kgs of rice times 4, which means you need to stock up 2 kgs of rice. So instead of buying just, that whole 8 kgs once, if your finances do not allow, you spread it over time. So that means this month when you're doing your usual shopping, you buy an extra 2 kgs of rice, an extra 2 liters of cooking oil, an extra 2 kgs of spaghetti, all those, especially dry and non-perishable food stuff. And do the same also for household items such as cleaning stuff, detergents, washing powders, bathing soaps, toilet paper, all those things. Just stock up. This really helps, I can guarantee you. And it also helped me because instead of for my cash savings that I'm going to explain now, I didn't have to save up as much because I knew that, okay, one of the major things is already covered. I'm not going to spend much on groceries. That part was already covered. Okay, so I'd call that part A of the third step. Part B now was my smart cash saving. How I approached it was I did not want to go out of my way to save. So remember that that second step where I said you review your monthly budget. From that list, you can also identify areas where you're having unnecessary expensive or you're spending a bit too much, and you can cut up on there. It could be extra subscriptions that you don't need. Say maybe you have Netflix, we have Showmax, and you have Prime. You can just remain with one and then cut up on the other 2. Or other, subscriptions or expenses. It could be cutting down on the number of times that you eat out per month, just to have that extra cash for saving. And then now for my cash flow savings, what I then did, remember I already had cut out on some expenses, so I had some other extra, cash. I usually save 10%, like there's like 10% that I just put aside for my savings. For different people, maybe others, they put 20% to savings or different percentages. Instead of adding on to that, I just then said 50% of that savings money, I was just dedicating it towards my maternity leave cash float. So now, say for example, if usually for savings I usually put like 1,000 rands, that means the 500 was now going towards my budget for maternity leave, and then the 500 still goes to my savings. You know what I mean? So, and then I stretched this over 6 months, but you can, like I said, you can stretch it to 8 months, you can stretch it to 5 months, depending how long you want to stretch it to. But always bear in mind how long your maternity leave is going to take. Obviously, if it's going to be longer, you want to, put out a bigger percentage, also depending on how much you earn or how much you have. Now, not everyone has savings or does the savings thing. In that case, you can just dedicate a certain amount of money that you put aside, maybe over like that 6 months that I'm giving as an example. So you tell yourself, each month I'm going to put aside X amount of money towards my maternity leave. This will help you so much, because once you're on maternity leave, there's imagine the stuff that can spring up on you. You might need money for like Uber fares, for medical cover, there's just a lot of things that you might need cash for. So you want that extra cash in hand. Right. If you're planning to take your maternity leave, or just, building up savings in general, I hope this video was useful. If you have tried something or done something that worked for you, you can please mention on the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more career, finance, budget, and motherhood content. Bye.